Forget an intro, I'm going to tell you why you don't feel motivated. What is motivation? Motivation is the pursuit of pleasure. You're hoping to achieve something, and dopamine is being released in your brain for you to get that pleasure. Now, people might say that dopamine is being released because once you get that pleasure, like once you bust a nut, once you get the girl you finally want, once you get the car that you want, and the list goes on and on. However, that is not motivation. Motivation is actually pursuing that thing, pursuing the girl, the chase. Why is the chase so fun for men? Because the journey releases dopamine. You're having fun while you're doing it, aren't you? So I want you to remember something. Motivation essentially equals dopamine. So essentially, the more pleasure you experience, the more dopamine is being released in your brain. And the way dopamine works is, so let's say you do something that is giving you pleasure, the dopamine levels in your brain, so let's say this is the normal baseline, so you're normal now, you're not chilling and you're not in pain, you're not suffering, you're chilling, you're good. So essentially, what is dopamine? How does dopamine work? So this is your normal baseline. You're not having fun and you're not suffering, you're not in pain. This is your normal neutral level. So when dopamine is released in the brain, the levels go up. You're having fun. You're having the time of your life, boy or woman, whoever's watching. The level's way up here. And the way dopamine works is, once the thing has been fulfilled, once the desire is fulfilled and you've got that dopamine, the level starts to go back down. And when it goes down, it doesn't stop here. It goes down lower than before. And then you feel worse. It's just the way the human mind and the body works. You feel worse than your normal baseline. Do you understand that part, yeah? And then you feel worse, so you want to do something fun again. So let's say you'll watch porn, or you'll play video games, or you'll eat junk food in order to get that buzz again. Or you'll talk to that girl again, and it'll go high again. And then it'll come down and it'll be slightly worse. And then you'll need something even more stronger to make it higher. This is how drug addiction works. Dopamine is essentially released from drugs. This is why people get addicted to drugs. Do you understand that? So, you're suffering now. You've just had a come down from whatever pleasure you were seeking. Yeah? You've had a come down now. And now you're suffering, you feel bad. You're going to feel bad for a while before it levels off again. Unless you get that dopamine rush again. Yeah? So it's leveled off now. So now let's talk about pain. How does pain work? Pain is essentially your levels are dropping down. They're dropping down. So you're suffering, you're in pain now. You don't feel good in this particular moment. Or when you're going through a painful activity such as exercise, or you're going through a breakup, or anything painful for that matter. You're feeling miserable. You're way down here, below, way below your normal level. Yeah? And then slowly, once you start to recover from that, it goes back up to normal. However, because you've been in pain so long, even being normal feels good. So you're a little bit higher now. You're here. So it's the opposite to pleasure. What does that tell us about pain and pleasure? That obviously it must be balanced. But obviously, you want to have a life that is full of pleasure, don't you? You want to have a good time. You don't want to be suffering all the time. But the way it works is, the more pleasure you have, the more pain you will have to endure. The more pain you will experience in your life, in your day-to-day life. So the way to get more pleasure in life is to voluntarily put yourself through painful experiences. Doing the hard work, doing hard stuff, the boring stuff that you don't want to be doing. The thing that gives you no joy. Force yourself to do it. The more pain. An example of this I can give is, it's scientifically proven, ice baths. Having an ice bath. There's nothing fun about it, is there? It's freezing cold, you freeze your balls off, you get into the cold water, you're shivering like a bitch, you don't know what the fuck what you're doing and why you're doing it. However, once you've done it, if you've tried this before, after you've done it and you get back to your normal body temperature and you start to warm up a bit, once you get out of the ice bath, even the normal air feels warm. It feels comforting, like a nice warm hug, doesn't it? You start to feel nice again, you feel good, the dopamine is released in your brain instantly and you feel refreshed and you feel good. So now let me ask you a question. Over the last few months, how much pleasure have you voluntarily seeked out and experienced? Whether that might be junk food, treating yourself to a gift, all the pleasurable things, spending time with women, or if you're a woman, spending time with men. How much pleasure have you voluntarily put yourself through? Because there's a price for that, you have to pay that in pain. Do you understand? So the reason you're feeling so down right now is because your dopamine receptors are fried. You feel no motivation to even enjoy the simple things in life, like going for a walk, enjoying a sunset, watching the wind blow past, the trees shaking in the wind. Enjoying the simple things in life, enjoying the nice blue sky. They don't fulfill you, they don't give you any buzz because your dopamine receptors are fried. They're used to the high intensity dopamine. So the dopamine that you experience through porn, video games, watching movies, reading those romantic novels people are reading these days. That's another topic, we'll get into that. But these type of things fuck up your brain. They fuck up your dopamine receptors. It's extreme, it's unnatural. It's not natural for a human to be experiencing this level of pleasure, is it? Only in the modern day now, sugar is it's in everything. Movies are everywhere. There's entertainment. There's naked women and naked men on your phone, 1 click away, 5 seconds away, 2 seconds away, and you're instantly getting dopamine. It was never meant to be like that. Humans were not designed to behave like that and live like that. And in turn, we're suffering. So now let me tell you how to fix that. To fix this, you must voluntarily seek pain and hard work. Put yourself through pain. Now, don't beat yourself up. Maybe scientifically that works, but don't do that. It's bad for your health. Do the healthy, painful habits. Work out, meditate. Because it's boring, you don't like meditation. Who likes meditating? After a while, once you start to reap the benefits of it, then you start to enjoy it. But in the beginning, like me, you fucking hate it. It's so boring. So working out, meditation, good habits like that, the painful ones, you need to start doing them voluntarily. Ice baths, like I just mentioned. Put yourself through pain. And the pleasurable activities, like video games, porn even, all the pleasurable activities that you guys do, that you people are into. So all the pleasurable activities, like watching porn, eating junk food, and so on, treat them like an occasion, like a birthday party or something. Obviously not once a year, that's a bit extreme. However, once a week, twice a week, limit yourself to that. Treat it like an occasion, like an event, like a little treat for yourself every now and then. You will appreciate it more and you will enjoy it more. And the dopamine hit will be worth it. Now, I'm not telling you to watch porn and eat junk food, but if you're at that level of self-improvement where it's hard for you to just let them things go and be strict with yourself, then what you should do is balance it in a healthy manner. Treat it like an occasion, like I just said. Try it. Experiment it in your life. See how it goes for you. Voluntarily, every day, put yourself through pain. Have an ice bath. Go running. Go working out in the gym. Intense workouts, intense cardio workouts. These type of painful activities. Voluntarily put yourself through them. Every day, as often as you can. And the pleasurable activities, you want to do them like an occasion. And I promise you, your day-to-day life, your general happiness and well-being will increase. You will feel way more happier in general. And in turn, your motivation to do things, simple things, like making your bed, tidying up around the house, going to work, all of these boring things that are boring to you now, simple things, which in actual fact are blessings, these things will begin to seem fun to you. Life will be like a happy game. Right now you're feeling miserable and down because your dopamine receptors are fried. You need to understand that. That is very important. That is the basic fundamental of this problem. And in my opinion, this is why we get diagnosed for depression. This is why everybody is depressed these days. Because they're getting too much pleasure and they're not paying for it. Personal example for me, just a few months ago, I was drinking every day. I was smoking weed every day and I was partying every weekend. Even on weekdays, I was on benders. I was living like a full-on animal. I fried my dopamine receptors to the max. And now it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months now for me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm as real as they get. I tell you how it is. It's been 2 months for me now, coming up, where I've been fully living like a monk. There's been no partying. I've barely even left the house. I focus on my work and I focus on my goals. I work out every day. Some form of exercise at least. Even on a lazy day, like a recovery day, when I'm too tired, I'm too sore, I'll go for a walk and I'll spend time in nature. And I'm not going to lie to you, the first 4 weeks of it was hell. It was so boring. I hated it. It was so painful. It was awful because I couldn't enjoy the simple things. Because my dopamine receptors are fried. They were used to this high level. They were used to being up here all the time, every day. And I'd keep pushing the limit. Do you understand that? So then they slowly came down. They've slowly come down now. And now I'm feeling happy. Because it's been for 4 weeks. It takes 4 weeks, in my opinion and in my personal experience, for your dopamine receptors and everything to go back to normal. To reset, to fully recover everything. To become desensitized almost. Yeah, desensitized to all these pleasures. Does that make sense? So now going for a walk for me is a fun activity. It's like going to a party almost. I'll listen to a podcast or maybe a bit of music or something and I'll go for a walk. Whereas before, it wasn't enough. I needed loud music, I needed girls dancing around me, I needed to be drunk and I needed to be high and I needed drugs to feel pleasure. It's a sad way to live, isn't it? It's a disgusting way to live, to be honest with you. And I regret that. I wish I learned what I know now a lot sooner, which is why I'm sharing this with you. So if you are feeling depressed now and you're feeling a bit hopeless, just know that it is possible for you to be happy again. You will feel motivated to do the things that you want to do and should be doing. You will get that natural motivation. So with motivation, people say motivation is a myth. You don't need motivation. Real men don't need motivation. You should be able to do whatever you need to do whenever you would need to do it. But the truth is, we're human beings at the end of the day. If you're starting a business, or if you're going to work and you're competing against other people, who is going to do better? The guy that is motivated to do it and actually enjoys what he's doing, or the guy that is miserable and doesn't want to be doing it, he doesn't want to be there? Who is going to be successful? Tell me that. So the truth about this is, we're humans. Motivation is just as important as discipline. Motivation is important. You need it to excel in life. There's no harm in having fun along the way. The whole point is to enjoy what you do. Because why else are you doing it? Okay, fair enough, there's some things that are painful, like I just said, and you have to do them. But what is the end goal of it? The end goal is you're going to be ripped, you're going to have a six-pack, you're going to be good looking, and you're going to be proud of your body, proud of your physique that you've built. So the end goal is pleasure. This is why I said do the good habits, the healthy ones, in going through pain. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. And always remember to do what you need to do for you.